Can you invent an underwater lawnmower to save the ocean? Well, we went to find out. This is a story of stupid ideas, hope, disaster, and breakthroughs. Until we found ourselves on the open ocean with ropes, tubes, pumps, and some kind of yellow submarine, with one chance to prove our idea and ourselves.
This is Sam. His background is in designing and building rockets and real-life jet suits.
And Ed's background is in designing electric vehicles and wildlife filmmaking.
And now we've joined forces to build helpful inventions for good causes around the world, with some help from our friends. Seagrass is brilliant. It stores carbon, shields coastlines, and shelters sea life. But it's in real trouble, with over 90% of it gone in some areas.
The hopeful news is that charities like Project Seagrass are dedicated to protecting and restoring seagrass meadows. So we went along to visit their headquarters in the Costa del Bridgend, Wales.
Act natural.
Act natural.
We're just meeting some people.
Hello.
Consolidate.
Oh, there's a little bit. Hello. How you doing?
Good morning.
We've met with Sam Rees, researcher and technical project manager, who'd been instrumental in building and testing ways of restoring seagrass meadows, using all sorts of extravagant plumbing to help grow seagrass to be replanted in the ocean.
This is our original way of planting seagrass. Bit of sand, bit of seagrass seed.
This looks like a smuggling operation.
Seagrass, yeah?
We also visited the Seagrass Nursery, a research site for discovering the best ways to grow and restore seagrass, where the lovely people turned us into seagrass experts.
Look what I've learnt about seagrass. These are the rhizomes, and then those are the roots. The roots go down.
You have a nibble on the rhizome if you want.
A nibble?
Yeah.
Oh, we can actually try it. I feel like it's wrong for us to come here to try and help with seagrass and then start eating it. I'll put it back in the bucket. It seems like there's some amazing work happening at Project Seagrass. What is it that still needs figuring out?
So at the moment, one of our greatest challenges is seed collection. So currently we collect seeds by hand, by diving. It's a very slow and expensive process, and it's very difficult to scale, and really we need to find a way to automate that.
What do you think the solution is to that?
Some sort of device that we can tow along that does that trimming of the seagrass seeds for us.
You seem ridiculously driven by this. Where does that come from?
Honestly, we're not doing this for us. We're doing this for the next generation. I've got a young daughter and another baby on the way, so really it's all for them.
Researchers from all over the world have built various underwater harvester prototypes, and as part of this larger project to restore seagrass in Wales, Project Seagrass had already explored a sled design.
It worked, but wasn't optimized for ease of use or safety, and hadn't solved that problem of getting cut seed pods up to a boat. The specific licensing from Natural Resources Wales and Swansea University, in place to prevent reckless activity in the sensitive environment, stipulated that our invention would have to be based on this concept.
So, we had our mission. We needed to build a safer, easier to use sled to cut the tops off the seagrass, where the seed pods are, and somehow get them up to a boat without the need for divers.
The problem was we only had a couple of months to do it. So, we got cracking.
Yeah, we've borrowed this pump from Project Seagrass to prove if we can actually pump a mix of water and seagrass together, and that it doesn't destroy the pump.
To see if this would work, we'd fill one barrel with a mix of water and seagrass, and then try to pump the mixture into another barrel.
So, pump systems on.
The pump works. So the next thing to do is see whether it can pump grass. We haven't got seagrass, but we have got this, which is some grass that we cut yesterday and have soaked overnight to simulate what we think seagrass will act like.
So that's 2 handfuls of seagrass.
I'm just trying to mix it up so it's in suspension.
Grass soup ready, time to suck it through the pump.
Yeah. Look at the hose, look at the hose.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It worked perfectly, sort of.
Look at this. This was the length of the grass before, and that is after.
It's been sort of minced a bit.
Mincing problem aside for a second, we tried again with even more grass, which went even better.
We've got the best part of a metre of a clog.
I see grass. I think it might be a grass smoothie in there.
This was meant to be the first test we do that's all easy and it all goes well, and we're off to a flying start, and then the problems come later.
We're off to a blocked pump start.
Don't worry folks, we'll return to that bastard pump later, but now it's time to investigate cutting the seagrass. So with permission from a local farmer, we set out to see how quickly a certain bit of kit could cut his grass.
This is a secateurs type blade, and normally it's run by a hydraulic motor which sits up here and spins this like a hedge trimmer, and that will cut the seagrass stalks.
Once we'd precision engineered a way to spin the thing, we set sail.
How's it going?
It seems to be chopping. So we've collected a small amount of grass here.
We realised we were going way too fast, so Sam bravely continued on foot.
Okay, so what we've collected is this. So it does work, but I had to move at a very, very slow pace for that to actually be effective.
With the blade proven to work, we focused on getting the pump back up and running. And by we mean Max, the friendly mechanic.
Every time they ring up, I think there's going to be a couple of hours of my life I'll never get back. It tends to be something ridiculous like a 50-mile-an-hour tandem bicycle or soapbox racer. They have the most ridiculous ideas.
Whoa, that's cool. This puddle leads up to our blockage. So that is the amount of seagrass or grass that was stuck in here.
Nice.
We're now good to go, but we do need to solve the problem of blocking the pump with shredded grass.
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
Gone everywhere.
Hello, junkyard cat.
Essentially, we're building a rover that will be towed along the underwater environment. While it's down there, there's an opportunity to collect valuable data about the environment and what the craft is up to. So what we need is an underwater data logger. For our last project, we developed this, Wazer, to help monitor whales in Iceland. Since then, we've made its electronic brain even smaller. So what we're thinking is to use this nifty little board as the brain for our data logger, adapting it to work with things like pressure and temperature sensors to capture the most useful mission data for the seagrass harvester.
With a strategy sorted for the subsea sensor suppository, we set about solving the snafu with the pumping system.
This is our new setup. We have the pump, we have the hose, and we have our science barrel. Now with this version, the seagrass in the water is going to be sucked up through the hose into the barrel. It's then going to pass through this makeshift filter system which separates the grass from the water, and then the water on its own comes out and passes through the pump.
So where we've cut into this lid, we need to then make these attachments that go on in a very sealed fashion. We're wrapping it around with a nice thick squidgy layer of neoprene that once it's bolted against this will compress and form that watertight, airtight seal.
You can't even hear a little hiss of air.
Anyway,
Test one.
we started up the new system with no grass just to make sure it was all working.
There's outflow, there's outflow.
Yeah, but look at the barrel.
Okay, I'm on very low throttle.
No, stop, that's the barrel. Turn it off.
It's off, it's off, it's off, it's off.
Oh no.
That is not good. How have we uncovered another problem? The amount of pressure that the pump creates sucking out of the barrel that we're filtering in, that force is collapsing the barrel. We are going to try and at least test our filter system with the collapsed barrel.
Our plan may have gone off course, but as a last-ditch effort, we bravely hand-fed the grass into the system to see if the filter would do anything without the barrel folding in half.
Oh my God, the barrel's folded in half. We've got a raisin of a barrel. Okay, right, here we are, the big reveal. Have we caught any grass? The filter has a little bit of grass. We have separated the grass from the water. After everything else that's happened, that is a success. A very small one.
Finally, progress, but we can't ignore the downsides.
I'm not going to pretend the whole system is great. There's some real issues with the usability. The bin itself has collapsed, which is terrible, but the worst thing about the whole system is that to get this out, we had to turn everything off, which means if we're out on the ocean, we'll have to stop the boat and do all of this every time just to get some grass out.
Anyway, we decided that was an issue for later and set about testing a little something we'd knocked up the night before.
So here is our little plan for a scale model to test tomorrow.
Let's test fit. Hold them out. Let's see. Well done.
Anyway, soon enough, we ended up with something that looked fantastic.
Now, I know this looks awful, but the purpose of this is to be a horribly crude demonstrator of the most basic principles needed in our final design.
We know roughly what shape this will end up being, but what we don't know is the best way to construct it. Should it be something soft like this netting, Or does it make more sense to have solid panels like this on the back and this on the side? Right, our first test. Just ignore the fact that Sam is dressed for the deep ocean. We're only going in a few yards. Down she goes.
We pulled our netted wooden pet with a luggage scale,
And now it's stuck.
then attached the solid panels and did it again. We compared the forces needed to pull each one and found it to be a complete waste of time. However, after beaching Woody, we finally learned something useful.
Oh, we've caught something. That's a problem.
We got very distracted about all the drag ratings and things that we completely overlooked something far more important, which is if you catch something in that, there's no way to get into it. Whereas with the netted one, in an emergency, you could use a dive knife or something and slice into it and retrieve something.
Yes, we'd discovered, proven even, the existence of sticks.
By this point, we'd learned water pumps are fun, but don't like grass, and grass don't like them. Cutting blades cut blades of grass, best at non-Land Rover speeds. Filters filter, but barrels buckle. Dragging nets is easier than dragging a dining table. And marine environments are riddled with Poseidon's chopsticks.
With all of this intelligence, we could confidently draw up a plan for the real deal.
To see our future invention in action, we did some extensive scuba training specifically for advanced minds. Then we called our safety advisor, Summer, and underwater cameraman, Scott, to check we could get away with diving with the mower.
We can't get away with that, and especially because we're involving film cameras, there's really no way to get around that.
It's bright yellow though, so we can all see it. Does that pass us on some safety things?
It did not, in fact, pass us on some safety things.
Snorkeling only then. But the nice dive people did let us use their pool to test our data logger prototype, which we'd housed in a temporary pressure-rated scientific enclosure with a perforated sensor bay underneath. And once he'd secured it to his leg, just lost the tape. Aquaman took it on its maiden voyage.
And the data told us how deep, turbid and cold the water was. With these basic principles proven, we could go and design the final version.
It was now time to visit Max the mechanic for some final assembly.
I hope to God this thing works.
Before driving through the night to North Wales. At the crack of dawn, we smuggled the prototype onto a boat and headed out to Porthincline Bay, the home of the most luscious seagrass meadows in all the land, and coincidentally the only place we had a license to test in.
So here it is, our proposed solution. Now, this is the pumping and filtering system, but we'll get to this later. This is the seed harvester. We've got the blade protected down here under the structure so that if it hits a rock, it doesn't damage the blade. We have an emergency access system on the top, so if sticks get caught or anything else, we can get in there and remove them. And we have adjustable legs, so we can actually adjust the height of the whole craft relative to the ground to choose our seagrass cutting height.
Before launching anything, our resident seagrass expert Jake did a final check of the site.
Because it is a sensitive area, there is seagrass here and we need to be careful. Bon voyage.
This terrifying thing is powered by a hydraulic motor here, and it's about to be plugged in. It works. To show you the power of the blade, we have a pencil here to simulate a piece of seagrass. It's quite terrifying.
Did you say you're feeling optimistic?
Yes.
That's good, someone's optimistic, Sam.
Yeah, exactly.
With Safety Summer happy, so were we. So we suited up.
This is large, but it feels so tight.
Yeah. Too many biscuits.
Too many biscuits.
And with the all clear from Jake, we deployed the invention.
Surrounded by blades, motors, pumps and ropes. This was the real deal. We'd waited until seed collection season was over to avoid disturbing the collectors, and there weren't many seed pods left. This was our only chance to prove we could cut and retrieve just a single seed pod.
Well, the craft is in, and now we can get testing.
Ouch.
Why is
Ouch.
it-
Ah! Ow! Okay, get off.
No, there, it's done, it's done.
It looks great. It's just so cool to sit down there.
Our submersible hadn't imploded, which is always a good sign. So we removed the blade cover and fired her up.
Blade going on in 3, 2, 1.
For now, our goal was simply to see it cut, so we began the tow. Without the pumping and filtering system running yet, the craft quickly filled up. Cameraman Scott jumped in, using the emergency access to empty it, and then we brought the pump to life.
Let's start the pump.
So what we've done here is have 2 barrels in parallel, which are acting as the filters. Ta-da! So this is the filter. And the rest of all the metal cupboards in there is just for reinforcement to try and stop the barrels from collapsing.
This is our double barrel system. It looks complicated, but it's designed so that you never need to stop mowing in order to collect the seed pods. The 2 reinforced barrels, each with a filter, are connected with some valves. While the valves are positioned one way, the pump pulls the seagrass and water through the first barrel, filtering the grass until it's full. Then we switch the valves so the other barrel becomes the active filter, while we empty the first one, a process we can continue indefinitely.
But that's all the theory. We have no idea if it's going to work in practice.
Okay, let's go.
More! I can see bits coming through, Sam. Yes, look, can you see it? Yes, look at it. Yes!
Oh, there we go.
Look at this, look here. Yes!
We've actually caught some seagrass.
We'd seen grass voyaging through the tubes, but had we actually collected any seed pods?
Okay, there's going to be a reward. A plentiful tub of seagrass. Are you ready?
Yeah. There it is!
It's a little success.
The system works.
Right, we know we seem overexcited about some measly bits of vegetation, but remember, these chosen few were emerald wisps of hope. Hope for the future of the ocean. Hope for us, for them, for me, for you. We follow in the footsteps of great explorers, the scientists, the professors, the inventors, the mergers, the acquisitions, the birds, the bees, the birds and the bees, all represented by these bits of grass.
Look at that! A row of seagrass seeds. We're onto something that could actually function.
That's impressive. I'm impressed. Good job. Well done.
With the electronics, cutting, and pumping all proven, we can now focus on refining everything into its final form.
Do you want this?
With a few tweaks and improvements, our final design was ready. Smolder, boys.
Robust, adjustable, hand-crankable legs replace the spindly old ones, and an all-new blade guard adds an extra layer of safety for people, porpoises, and pinnipeds. Emergency access now extends to those inside the craft too. On top, our underwater data logger, ready for action, and below, the skid plate protects the craft's underbelly. Our mower is finally done.
All finished, we took the device to Wales to show Sam Rees how his idea had come to life.
Hello, Sam.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. Yeah, how are you?
Good.
We have a blanket-covered device for you. Hey! Yeah!
Oh, whoa. Brilliant. That's brilliant. That's really cool. I think you've become stuck in an underwater lawnmower. Pull here.
There you go. And that will open the zip.
Oh, he's in.
And then you go, and you go, oh, it's so easy. And then you'd escape through the top like this. Hey!
Is this what you imagined? What did you imagine?
This, but maybe not as intricate. You know, you've really taken it to the next level. The easy adjustable arms, the bumper stickers, the light. It's really, really finished it off. I really think this can work.
what could this be? Well, when we started this project, you told us about your motivations and your drive, so we thought we'd make a little extra something for you as well.
Okay, wow.
It's in that box.
Oh, whoa.
Well, we say it's for you. This is for your new baby and your daughter to
Oh, amazing.
celebrate Daddy's great idea.
Wow, thank you very much. That's amazing.
Oh, hey, there we go, it can be a hat.
With Mini Mower given to his new home, we adorned the main mower with a commemorative plaque to thank our project partners and delivered it to Project Seagrass's headquarters.
What a journey. All made possible by brilliant, intelligent,
Yes,
wonderful people. And us.